Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost in Dixon, Missouri. This is Germany, January 1941. Germany began this turn with 34 marks in their bank, which they have spent 12 on a strategic bomber, 10 on a fighter, and 12 on 4 infantry. They also have their 2 free U-boats, the last of their free U-boats, to go on the board. And they have their 4 tech chips over here. The major factory in Western Germany is still out of action. Okay, Germany is going to try, once again, to move advanced artillery. They're going to try to finish jet fighters. They're still trying to do something with advanced submarines. And they are going to try to get wartime economy going. Okay, advanced artillery is a 7. They got a 12. Move that to stage 2. Jet fighters is an 8. They got an 8. So, that one is finished. They can now build Messerschmitt 262s. Advanced submarines is an 8. Got another 12. Himmler's boys must be keeping an eye on things over there. So move advanced submarines to stage 2. And wartime economy is a 7. Look at that, I jinx it every time. Missed it with a 2. Okay. I think we'll be better off to bring the camera over here. If I can find enough places to get the legs without knocking things over. I think that'll work. Okay, since the French beefed up Paris, Hitler has put General Feldmarschall von Rundstedt in charge of Army Group West over here. And von Rundstedt has said, instead of bucking heads in a frontal assault with Paris, he's going to go for the encirclement maneuver. So, this is what's going to happen. These 3 panzers here in Bavaria are going to go 1, 2, and attack into Picardy. This fighter is going 1, 2 into Picardy with him. So they're facing, that commander is in Belgium, not Picardy. So let's make sure. They're facing 1 French infantry and 1 British infantry in Picardy. Then I've got things kind of separated out on the cards over here to make it easier to keep track of. Also joining the Picardy attack is going to be 2 panzers from Western Germany. Now, let me make sure I say this right. Yeah, 2 panzers from Western Germany. I said it wrong a second ago. The 3 panzers from Bavaria. No, okay, I'm saying this wrong. 2 panzers from Alsace, not from Western Germany. are also going to join the Picardy attack, which has a shared border. So if the attack is successful and they survive, these two panzers and the fighter can then blitz into Normandy to hit that lone French tank over there. This is the remainder of the Alsace force here. 1 panzer, 2 mechanized infantry, 3 infantry, and a commander, which will be joined by a medium bomber from Bavaria, and they are going to do the southern attack, excuse me, down here into southern France. They're facing 2 infantry, a motorized infantry, and a commander. Now, here in Paris, the French have 2 fighters and an airfield. If you have an airfield, you can scramble up to 3 fighters to move into adjacent zones to help defend, provided you have at least 1 defender in the zone you're scrambling to. And in both of these cases, that is correct. So 1 fighter is going to go north, and 1 fighter is going to go south to try and help out. I'll see, I'm going to do Picardy first. I'll let you know what happens. Well, here we are. The German attack into Picardy was successful. They lost 1 panzer from the force that came from Bavaria, and the French fighter got an air superiority hit on the Bf-109 in the first round. So, Germany's taken Picardy. The blitzing force that came from Alsace is in position for the attack on Normandy, but I'm not going to confirm that order until I see what happens in the south here. And the rules state that moves in general can be made in whatever order the player chooses. So there's no point to stretch myself too thin with an attack into Normandy here, assuming I'm going to lose at least 1 of these, if this down here isn't successful. So we're going to go from Alsace to southern France next. Well, von Rundstedt did pretty good there. And you can see Germany captured southern France for a loss of 1 infantry, and then the Panzer and 2 mechs have gone ahead and made an unopposed blitz into Aquitaine to capture that. I'll get some roundels on there. Now we're going to go ahead and do the blitz from Picardy right here into Normandy with these 2 panzers. Okay, the attack into Normandy was successful. The French tank went down in 2 rounds without scoring a hit. So, Germany has conquered France by surrounding Paris and forcing a surrender of that army as well. Now, I've checked the rules. This French army that liberated Belgium does not come off the board. It says the rules state that the French units in home country are removed from the board, but not any other territories. So, I'm going to check the rules again, but I'm pretty sure that, well, I don't know. I don't think Belgium could be rolled for. No, it can't be rolled for, is Vichy, because that's a British roundel underneath that French infantry. They are occupying an Allies territory, so I think in order to get rid of those French units, I think the Germans are going to have to kill them. Anyway, I will establish Vichy France down here. Hitler has decided to do that. And then once I get that done, we will start rolling for the French colonies around the world to see if they're going to be Vichy or free. Just let you know, this commander and these 2 infantry have to move out of southern France. They're going to go up here to Paris. Be right back. Well, there's one other thing I need to do before I forget. We need to adjust the incomes. So we've got 3 for Paris, 1 makes 4, 5, 6, and Picardy makes 7. So let's shift over here. Germany goes up 7 to 38. France goes down 7 to 8. Okay, now I'll get Vichy set up and be back. Alright, you can see there Marshal Petain's government is installed in Marseille. So now we have to roll for the French colonies in Africa, Madagascar, and Indochina down there in Southeast Asia. Oh, wait, don't forget Syria in the Middle East. We'll get this, and then we'll worry about the Navy. Okay. On a roll of 1 through 6, the territory will become Vichy. On a 7 to 12, it will be free. So, let's just start with, my eye just ran over Corsica, and I know I'm supposed to do something with it. Okay, Corsica goes to Germany. So I put a roundel on there to mark that so I don't forget. Okay, here we go. We are going to start in North Africa with Morocco. That's a 9. That becomes Free France. Okay, now some of these are supposed to roll together. Northern, Western, and Southern Algeria are all treated as one roll. That's a 5. That's Vichy. Yeah, that hurts because the French have got some legionnaires in there. That's going to hurt me too because when I was getting stuff ready, I only had so many, and I only painted 1 light blue Vichy Legionnaire, so I'll have to think about what to do about that. Okay, next is Tunisia. That's an 8. That's Free France. Okay, next is going to be Syria. That's a 10. That's Free France. Okay, now we'll do Mauritania down in West Africa. Cockdie. That's a 7. That's going to be Free France. Next door, French Sudan. That's Vichy. And then we'll go south to French Guinea. That's also Vichy. Then Ivory Coast. That's going to be Vichy. Dahomey. That's Free France. Niger. I'd call that a cockeye. That's Free France. Chad. Free France. What's that say? Yeah, whatever. The one right below Chad, it's about a mile long, and I can't pronounce it. Vichy. Cameroon. Vichy. French Somaliland. Free France. Now let's see. French Somaliland, it says in the rules, also includes Madagascar and the island of Reunion. So the gamble in Madagascar has paid off. I'm trying to get stuff in place here. Sorry about the delay. Okay, next we have French Guiana and St. Pierre Island. That's Free France. French Guiana is on the north coast of South America, and St. Pierre Island is just south of Newfoundland. So one roundel can mark both of those. And I think all that leaves is Indochina. Nope, I don't think that's correct. Let me look here. Wait a minute, I made a mistake. Which one of those did I roll first? Because Dahomey, Niger, Chad, Cameroon, and Obangi Chari are all considered one roll. So let me see which one I rolled first here. I rolled Dahomey first, and that wound up being Free France. So Cameroon and Obangi Chad are not Vichy, they are Free France. See if I missed any of the rest of those up. Yeah, Mauritania, French Guinea, French Sudan, and Ivory Coast are all one roll. I overlooked that. So let's see, who did I roll first on that? I rolled Mauritania first on that one. So, French Guinea, French Sudan, and Dahomey are also all Free France. Now, Vichy's not doing too good here. I think they would have preferred that I roll those individually. Okay, and then in the Pacific, the two provinces of Indochina Gambier Islands and New Caledonia are treated as one roll. That's a 1. That means that those possessions go to Japan. So, I'll have to get some roundos placed down there. And, of course, that French infantry down there in Saigon, right there, will just be forced to surrender. So take him off the board. Let's see. Let me pause a minute. I got to gather some pieces. Okay, since the Pacific possessions of France went Vichy, they are now controlled by Japan, and the rules do say that includes any French units present. So Japan has picked up a free infantry here in Saigon. So income changes, Indochina is worth 2, and I think that's it in the Pacific. New Caledonia is not worth anything. The Gambier Islands over here where Fiji is, isn't worth anything. So, I don't think Anzac's going to be too happy about 2 Japanese possessed islands so close to them, because both of those do have major ports. I think that one has a major. Now see there, I'm a liar. New Caledonia has a minor port. Gambier Islands has a major. Alright, let's get over here and fix this. Okay, Japan up 2 for Indochina. France down 2. And then come back over here to Africa. And let's do the tally over here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you in here to see this or not. Okay. Morocco stays French. Northern Algeria. That's 1 IPP to Germany, because all Vichy money goes to Germany. Tilt so you can see here. This all across here is all Free French. These were pretty much all rolled in 2 groups. So all the way around this curve over here, this was all rolled in 2 groups to Free France. I don't have enough roundels to cover all of them. So that IPP in Cameroon stays with France. French Somaliland is not worth anything. Down here, off the coast, Madagascar down here is worth 1. Reunion's not worth anything. So it looks like France is going to lose 1 more IPP that goes to Germany. So let's make those adjustments. Germany up 1, France down 1. Let me count real quick and make sure that French income is correct. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Now we have to roll the French fleet. I've heard other guys say that the turn France loses takes a little while to play. They're right. Okay, I'll just do these one at a time. Okay. On a 1 to 3, the ship will become Free French. On a 4 to 6, it'll be scuttled. On a 7 to 10, it will be Vichy. And on an 11 or 12, it will go over to the Axis and become German, because there aren't any French ships in the Pacific for Japan to take over. So, let's just start with this submarine right here. That's a 12. That is now a U-boat. Okay, we will do the heavy cruiser next. That's an 8. That makes him Vichy. So he gets moved to sea zone 49 here off of Marseille and becomes Vichy. Now we'll do this transport. I should have landed those guys on Madagascar. I actually completely forgot about them. That went out of the box. That's a reroll. That is a 10. And those guys are now Vichy. But since they're in the middle of the ocean, and since the Vichy army has a hard limit on it, those guys are just going to come off the board. They probably should have anyway. Okay, now we'll do this destroyer. That's an 11. Germany just picked up a destroyer. I'll get a unit out and replace him in a bit. Another transport here. That's a 12. Germany just picked up a transport. Okay, we have one left, which is over here. And I'm knocking stuff over in the Soviet Union trying to turn the camera. I just created all kinds of havoc in Moscow. Okay. Right down there, right here, is a French torpedo boat destroyer. That's a 3. Hey, guess what? He's Free France. No. Yes, he's Free France. So, that's, oh, wait a minute, I got a couple more over here in the South Pacific. Some submarines. So we'll do this submarine over here off West Africa first. That's a 4. He's Vichy. So he comes up here to sea zone 49. And then we'll do the 2 submarines down here off of Equatorial Africa. Okay, one of them is Free France and one of them is Vichy. So we'll leave the free one there and move the chip for the Vichy underneath this one here, off of Marseille. Okay, now that's it for that part of it. So let's just, I'll try not to shake too much with the camera. Let's have a look around here real quick. You see the situation in North Africa there. France holds, the Free French hold the flanks. Vichy is in the middle there in Algeria. Then, as I showed you before, all of West and Central and Equatorial Africa is all Free France. Of course, down here in the Indian Ocean and the Horn of Africa, that's all Free France. Now remember, those two ships down there are German. And then, of course, the Pacific all became Japanese possessed. Okay, so there's one other thing I got to do here. Well, a couple other things. First, this money. Let me get my other arm in here so you can actually see. This money that was in the central bank in Paris now belongs to Germany. France is down to 5. And let's look here real quick and see if Free France gets any wartime income. Let's see here. Nope. There's nothing about wartime income on their reference card. So that's going to tell me they don't get any. And since they are no longer a major power, they can no longer do tech rolls. Of course, they never moved improved factories, so there's nothing on the tech chart they could have benefited from anyway. So they'll be done with that until Paris is liberated anyway. Okay, so now wait a minute. They don't get to have income, do they? Because they're no longer a major power. Well, I don't know. KMT is a minor and it gets to have income and spend it. Yeah, they still get to keep collecting their money. They just have a very, very limited build chart. Okay. I'm just making sure I'm not forgetting something or screwing something up here. They chose their new capital, which is Madagascar. Yeah. So the Free French will have 5 francs in their bank at the start of the next turn. This is, make sure one more time. Yep. This is Ozark Outpost. Over and out.